Have you ever seen someone treated unfairly over such a small amount of money that it made your heart ache? What happened to one hardworking mechanic shocked an entire town and proved that kindness can come from the most unexpected places. A wealthy CEO thought she could walk away without paying a struggling single father just $199. But what happened the very next day changed everything and left everyone speechless. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to Kindness Moments, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Stories like this remind us that kindness still exists in the world, and your support helps us share more inspiring moments. Now let's begin. Jake Turner was a mechanic in a small American town. He wasn't rich, and life hadn't been easy for him. 3 years earlier, his wife had passed away after a long illness, leaving him alone to raise his 8-year-old daughter, Lily. Every day, Jake worked long hours at his tiny repair shop. He fixed cars, changed tires, and helped anyone who needed assistance. Even when customers couldn't afford repairs, he often found a way to help them. His neighbors respected him because he always put people before profits. One rainy Tuesday afternoon, a luxury black SUV rolled into his garage. Out stepped Victoria Reynolds, the CEO of a large technology company. Everyone in town knew her name. She was wealthy, successful, and often appeared in business magazines. Victoria looked frustrated. "My car broke down on the highway," she said. "I need it fixed immediately." Jake examined the vehicle and discovered a damaged sensor. The repair was simple, but it required several hours of work. By evening, the SUV was running perfectly again. When Jake handed Victoria the bill, she frowned. $199, she asked. "Yes, ma'am," Jake replied politely. "That covers the parts and labor." Victoria crossed her arms. "I'm not paying that." Jake thought she was joking. "I'm sorry. The repair took less time than I expected. This price is ridiculous." Jake calmly explained the costs, but Victoria refused to listen. She grabbed her keys and headed for the door. "Take me to court if you want," she said before driving away. Jake stood silently in the rain. It wasn't just the money. That $199 would help pay for Lily's school supplies and groceries for the week. Several customers had witnessed the entire exchange. They felt angry on Jake's behalf, but there was little they could do. That night, Jake returned home and tried not to worry. He smiled while helping Lily with her homework and never mentioned what had happened. Meanwhile, word of the incident spread across town. The next morning, something unexpected happened. An elderly man walked into Jake's garage. He was dressed simply and carried himself with quiet confidence. "Are you Jake Turner?" he asked. "Yes, sir." The man smiled warmly. "I heard about what happened yesterday." Jake sighed. News travels fast. It certainly does. The stranger introduced himself as Robert Reynolds. Jake froze. Reynolds. The same last name as Victoria. "You mean?" "Yes," the man said. "Victoria is my daughter." Jake suddenly felt uncomfortable. "I don't want any trouble, sir." Robert shook his head. "I'm not here to cause trouble. I'm here because I taught my daughter better than that." He explained that he had built a successful manufacturing company decades earlier before retiring. Although Victoria had become wealthy and powerful, Robert was disappointed by how she had treated people recently. Then he reached into his briefcase and pulled out a check. Jake stared at it in disbelief. The amount written on the check was $19 million. His hands trembled. "There must be some mistake." "There isn't," Robert replied. Jake couldn't believe what he was seeing. "Why would you give me this?" Robert smiled. "Because kindness deserves to be rewarded." The elderly man explained that he had spent months searching for someone trustworthy to lead a community foundation he wanted to create. When he heard countless stories about Jake helping struggling families, fixing cars for free, and putting others first, he knew he had found the right person. "This money isn't just for you," Robert said. "It's for the people you've been helping all along." Tears filled Jake's eyes. In the months that followed, Jake used the funds to establish community programs, provide emergency transportation for families in need, and support local students with scholarships. As for Victoria, the experience became a turning point in her life. Embarrassed by her actions and inspired by her father's example, she apologized publicly to Jake and began supporting charitable projects herself. The entire town witnessed an incredible lesson. A person with little money had shown more generosity than someone with millions. And in the end, kindness created a ripple effect that changed countless lives. Remember, true wealth isn't measured by the size of a bank account. It's measured by the way we treat others when nobody is watching. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs a reminder that kindness matters. One small act of compassion can travel farther than we ever imagine and may change a life forever.